Ever feel like you're working so hard but something feels off? Like you're craving for a flashy lifestyle just because you've seen it somewhere, but that's not actually something you truly want? You might be chasing someone else's dream without even realizing it. So let's talk about it. Break free and refocus on what actually matters to you. Good morning, lovely dreamers, and welcome to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Maya. I am a dreamer. I am a geek, and I'm here to inspire you to dream, follow those dreams, and do whatever it takes to see them come true. So if you love improving yourself and are in need of a bestie to encourage you, welcome! I'm here for you. If you're a dreamer like me, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell so you don't miss an update. But enough with the chit-chatting, let's get to it. Today, we're doing something a bit different, teeny tiny bit different from what we usually do here on the channel. Instead of talking about how to follow your dreams and make them true, let's stop for a minute and think. Is this dream mine or someone else's? And we're not talking here about having a job and working for someone else. We all have to do that at some point in this life. Nor am I talking about helping your partner achieve their dreams. We're talking about the real problem here. So let's start with why chasing someone else's dream is a trap. It happens more often than we think. You see so many people online these days crushing it as a CEO, a digital nomad, a fitness influencer, an artist. And you think, that looks amazing. I want that. But do you really? Ask yourself this. Am I willing and able to handle the pressures of being my own boss? I know I have imagination, but am I as skilled? Am I as creative as these artists out there? Could I really handle a life on the road all the time, cramped in a tiny space? Don't forget. Here are the real dangers of chasing the wrong dreams. Doing it feels empty. You achieve some milestones you set for yourself, but instead of being happy and going, yeah, I did it, oh my god, I did it, you feel nothing. It drains you. Motivation and energy run low when it's not truly your passion. It actually makes it hard to wake up in the morning and everything feels forced. You lose yourself. The longer you chase the wrong path, the harder it is to get back to what you truly want, especially if it involves your finances. Success doesn't bring happiness. If the goal isn't yours, even achieving it won't satisfy you. Do you think you'll finally be happy? No, you'll just find something else to complain about. For example, you see someone making 6 digits online selling digital products and you jump in head first thinking, yes, that's my dream, I'll do that. But after months and months of work creating dozens of products, setting up Etsy, Pinterest, Instagram, maybe even a website, you realize that you don't enjoy creating them, that they suck the life out of you. You actually just liked the idea of success. You actually wanted something else when you first started. Maybe it was the financial success and freedom that comes from working for yourself. Maybe you just wanted to create products that actually help. This brings me to our next point. Why do we fall into this trap, aka the FOMO effect? The truth is that we rarely set out to actually chase the wrong dream on purpose. There is always a reason behind it. It happens because of the comparison trap. Social media is a highlight reel, but sometimes we forget that. We see others thriving when we're struggling and we think that that's the path to happiness. That's what I want. I'll try doing that. External expectations. Parents, teachers, friends, and mentors sometimes just push us towards a vision of success that doesn't match our own. How many times has a child, well, of my generation, evolved into a young adult formed by someone else and someone else's dreams? Fear of missing out. We don't want to fall behind or embarrass ourselves in front of colleagues, friends, family. So we tend to follow the path that seems safe, profitable, and popular. The proven path myth. We often think that following in someone else's footsteps will guarantee our success. But just because their dream worked for them, that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Let's get real for a minute. The people you admire found success because they followed their passion, not anyone else's. If you try to copy them instead of carving your own path, you'll never feel the same fulfillment, no matter how hard you try. This is why I encourage you to find your own. Yes, it's okay to learn the technical side of how they did it and all the behind the scenes stuff if you think they know something that can help with your dream and your path. But please don't try to clone the recipe for success. Adapt it. So, how do I know if I'm chasing the wrong dream? I hear you asking. Here are 5 signs you're on the wrong path. Red flags are plenty, and the only thing they don't do is they don't smack us in the nose, but we usually ignore them on our quest for success. These can be stuff like you feel disconnected from your work. Instead of excitement, you feel like you're forcing it. You struggle with motivation. You keep having to push yourself instead of feeling pulled towards it. You feel exhausted all the freaking time. That's because it takes more energy from you than it gives back. You're doing it for validation, not passion. If you're chasing success for approval from family, friends, social media, society, that is a huge red flag. Maybe you fantasize about something else when you're actually doing this. If you secretly wish you were doing something else while you are chasing dreams, it might be time to rethink your path. For example, you start a YouTube channel because everyone and their mother says that's a great way to bring awareness and to grow your brand. But deep down inside, you hate being on camera. You, my friend, are chasing the idea of success, not what truly excites you. You need to figure out what your strengths are, what you like to do, and how you can use it to help someone else. Maybe you actually love filming and editing videos and producing, especially when you are not the subject. So why not offer your services to other YouTubers instead? Or maybe you want to help other creators with their social media presence, with their writing, with their brand development, and all the behind the scenes stuff. You could be someone's VA or manager. Stick to what you love to do that doesn't drain the life out of you. On that note, let's learn how to break free and find your real dream. If you're realizing just now that you might be on the wrong path, don't panic. It's okay. You're not stuck. It's fine. You just need to take a step back, look at your map. If it's not the right map, get the right map to fit your quest. Here's how to start course correcting using an analogy that I absolutely love, the story of Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
I don't want to fight dragons.
By the way, who's excited about the new movie? Oh my god! I'm excited. Hiccup was born into a world that already had his path laid out for him. Be a Viking, do bad stuff to dragons. I cannot say that word on YouTube. That was the only version of success his village recognized, and being the son of the chieftain put even more pressure on his shoulders. The problem, he wasn't fit for that life. No matter how hard he tried to fit in, it always felt wrong. Instead of forcing himself into someone else's mold, Hiccup actually stumbled upon his own path, one that changed his world forever. So how can you do the same in the real world? Pause and reflect. Ask yourself, why did I start this? Was it truly my dream, or was I influenced by someone else? Just like Hiccup had to stop and question if hunting dragons was really the right thing, you need to stop and ask if your path is truly yours. Pay attention to energy shifts. What lights you up versus what drains you? Start noticing the difference. Hiccup was a disaster at traditional Viking training. Clumsy, weak, constantly failing. Everyone was mocking him for that. But when he started learning about dragons instead of fighting them, he came alive. That, my friend, is a clue. Give yourself permission to pivot. Changing paths is not failure. Staying stuck in the wrong one is. Imagine if Hiccup had kept trying to be a real Viking. 1, we wouldn't have an awesome series, and 2, he would have spent his whole life miserable, never discovering his real gift. Pivoting led him to his true purpose, not just befriending dragons, but actually reshaping his entire world. Journal or talk it out. Sometimes writing it down or voicing it helps you see the truth more clearly. Hiccup didn't just think, he wrote. He drew sketches. His sketches and notes about dragons helped him see patterns no one else did. Writing things down can reveal things you overlook in your head. Try this. Grab a notebook, grab a pen, pencil, or something fluffy you like to write with, and write it down. Why did I choose this path? When do I feel most alive? What feels like work versus what feels like passion? Once you've done your soul searching, you'll be ready to learn how to start moving towards your dream. Once you've recognized what isn't your dream, it's time to shift towards what is. Going back to our analogy, after realizing he wasn't meant to be a dragon hunter, Hiccup had to figure out what he was meant to do. But that didn't happen overnight. He experimented, he made mistakes, and built something completely new that no Viking before him had ever imagined. So how do you do that in real life? You explore and experiment. Try new things without pressure. Your passion won't just appear. You have to discover it. Hiccup didn't know he was a genius inventor at first. He experimented. He tinkered and created tools that changed everything. Your version of that could be testing different careers, different hobbies or skills until something clicks.
Slam poet! Beekeeper! Not a beekeeper!
Stop chasing, start creating. Instead of following someone else's formula to the T, ask, what do I actually love doing? Hiccup didn't follow the traditional Viking path. He built his own. What if your dream is actually something you've never seen before? What if you have to create it? Trust yourself. Your dream doesn't have to look like anyone else's. That's what makes it yours. No one believed in Hiccup at first. He had to trust his vision. He had to trust himself before and make the others trust his vision. You might be in the same place. That doesn't mean you're wrong. Set goals that excite you. If your goals feel like a chore, they might not be the right ones for you. When Hiccup started working with dragons instead of against them, every challenge excited him instead of exhausting him. That's the sign of the right goal. Surround yourself with the right people. Find people who inspire and encourage you to follow your path, not theirs. Who are the people in your life that push you forward to your dream? So tell me, lovely dreamers, before I get swallowed up by heavenly light, because it's coming, I see it coming. Have you ever caught yourself chasing someone else's dream, like Hiccup did, trying to be a Viking warrior? What's one step you can take today to refocus on your path? Drop a comment down below. I would love to hear your story. And if you've liked this video, stick around. I think you're gonna like this following one. And until next time, don't forget to dream, follow, and do.